Hello, welcome back to the sofa for another part of Andy Collier-talks cricket memorabilia. Going to have a chat today about Len Hutton, who was obviously one of England's greatest opening batsmen over the years. Started his Test career in 1937, and after that was captain of England during a very successful era of the 1950s. Started his career in 1937 with his Test match debut, and this is a telegram congratulating him on his inclusion in the Test team from Jack Gibson, which is a nice piece of memorabilia there from Len. Up to 1938, obviously he broke the world's Test record of Wally Hammond's 336 when he scored 364 at the Oval in 1938, which was only beaten later on by Sobers. And this, I've shown this before, but this is a bat from 1938, which signed by both sides. This was raffled off at one of Jack Hobbs's charity matches, and signed by all the both teams there. And it shows the England's leading or biggest win against Australia and any other team when they beat them by an innings and 579 runs at the Oval. So that's quite significant bat there. So there's Jack Hobbs 11 against the Wimbledon and District 12, September the 10th 1938. So lovely presented bat there, a false bat which Jack Hobbs used to use mainly. Len Hutton's first tour to Australia was 1946-47, which was captained by Wally Hammond, which was not a particularly successful tour, but that's 1946-47 side there, fully signed in front of the Foley stand. And then they obviously had to get to Australia, and there's a fully signed photograph there of the Stirling Castle, which they sailed in. On the back of that is the press contingents with lots of Swanton and Duckworth, Arthur Maley on there, which is quite a nice photograph. And then obviously when in 1950-51, and there's a picture there of the Iberia signed on the back ball of the team, which is quite a nice little memento. I've got a photograph of that side, but that's tucked away somewhere. And obviously 1954-55 when he was captain of the MCC team. There's a nice photograph there of MCC side to Australia. Good victory there they had, we won. And there's the ship Sober they sailed over on, signed again there, and Swanton's got his name on there again, so that's quite a nice memento of that tour. Nice photograph of the ship there. The 1950-51 tour, Len Hutton in the game before the last Test match, he received this wine jug, which is quite a nice silver wine jug there, for getting the top score against Victorian Country 11 of 40 not out. So not a particularly high score, but the home team only got 94, and MCC didn't get the runs in reply, but didn't lose any wickets. But it was a drawn match, only a 2-day game, so it might have had a bit of rain in that one. But that's quite a nice memento from Len Hutton's tour there, 1950-51. Another little memento there was former president of my cricket club received this letter when he won a bat from the Eagle comic paper. Signed bat by the England side, and this is a letter from Len Hutton's shop in Bradford. Unfortunately, the president he kept the bat, but unfortunately he rubbed all the signatures off because he wanted to use the bat in a match, so that's what he did. I suppose that's what you did in those days. Another memento is of when he finished his career. This is when he was employed by a newspaper for £10,000 over 3 seasons, including the 1950 tour to the West Indies, 1959 rather. So there's his Len's signature there on the document, so that got him £1,100 per month when he was reporting on the test matches, which is quite a nice piece of memorabilia. Now the other nice piece of memorabilia is a pair of his boots from 1953 tour to West Indies, which are quite nice. There's only 2 studs on the bottom. They're quite light, so quite a nice pair of boots there. They're actually a Bill Edrich's pair of boots. He was obviously promoting these. He's got LH in the top there. And they were Len Hutton's. I've also got a pair of pads that are also deep in the archive somewhere. Obviously Len was one of our greatest batsmen, and the MCC made a DVD called England's Finest on tour with Hutton's Men, which went on tour with 1953 side and the 1954 5 side to Australia. 53 was to West Indies. There's some very interesting video in there from the players and managers and whatever, so some of you may have that, but if you haven't, it's a good one to get. So that's about as much as I've got on Len Hutton, but I hope you enjoyed that. Obviously he's, I say, he was one of our greatest players, so he's got quite a history to it, and he was actually a member of the club just up the road from me in Malden. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I'll see you on the next one.